When it comes to key blanks, the little things are what can get you in trouble. And that's definitely the case for this tricky big rig key blank. Now, if you've been in the lock and key industry for any amount of time, you're probably familiar with this key right here. This is the K1994 key for Peterbilt and Kenworth keys. And by the end of this video, you're gonna realize that you no longer need to stock this key. And the reason is in 2013-ish, Peterbilt and Kenworth started changing their cab designs. And when they changed the cab designs, they kept using the same keyway per se, but what they did on the door handles is they actually recessed in the lock cylinder. And when they did that, they actually lengthened the key that goes in so that there's enough room for the head to clear to turn the key. Now your standard K1994 key is actually the blade is not long enough to go all the way in and still have clearance for the head to turn the key. Now, the reason this can be a little tricky and deceiving is that when you look at the two keys, the only difference is the length. The head looks identical, it's the same shape. The blade, the keyway of it is exactly the same. The only difference on it is the length. Now, when it comes to the aftermarket world, we're used to having keys that maybe look a little different. Maybe they're a tad bit shorter or a tad bit longer. And it's really the nuance of it that can really get us in trouble when we go to just grab one off the shelf and duplicate it really quick. Now, a little quick fun fact is that although the K1194 will not fit into the door because of the recessed cylinder, it will still work in the ignition. As you can see in this picture here, there is still plenty of room for you to be able to put your key in and turn it. So the weird part is that if you don't know this, or you run into this and you don't have the proper keys, the customer could tell you that, hey, the key doesn't work in the door but works in the ignition, and you're gonna be scratching your head being like, why is that? Well, the reason is because of the recessed door lock. Okay, now that we have talked about and identified why the K1194 does not work on the 2013-ish plus Peterbilt and Kenworth, let's talk about the key that does. Now, we have two options here for you. We have a metal-headed version, and then we have a plastic-headed version, which is essentially identical to the OEM key minus having the logo on it. Now, the funny part about the part number of the metal-headed version of this is it's the K1995 key. And when we compare the two keys together, you're gonna see here, okay, that's the difference. It is the length of the blade here. The heads are identical. It's just the length of the blade. So if I put the heads together, you can see that there on the length of the blade. So that's what it is. That is the difference between the keys. So the best thing to do is just to stop stocking and buying the K1994 and replace it with the K1995. Now, of course, I'm gonna put links to all of these keys in the notes below. We have them in stock, they're ready to go. But I really just wanted to point that out. It's one of those like small things that you can easily skip you by when you just need to cut a quick key and then you run into problems and you don't know why. So I'd love to know in the comments below what you think, and have you ever ran into this problem yet? Have you already identified this as a problem and are stocking the K1995 key? I'd love to know, and make sure with your comment that you include the hashtag Lockboss to automatically get entered in to win one of 5 free prizes we give away each week here on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.